Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time on Doctor Who, we had the Angels take Manhattan. So the Weeping Angels took Manhattan, and then when we met up with River Song, it was all interesting, and then we lost Amy and Rory. Once and for all, actually. This is it. This is the final. We're done with these characters. We have written them off the show completely. Yeah, they are done. They are straight up done on this show. So, it took them long enough. Nah, we're not going to harp on that. Unless the show harps on that now. We're done with the long rants about Amy and Rory or the will they, won't they leave. Because who gives a damn, it's Christmas. Yes, it is. Kind of. It's not really. I mean, I'm recording this on November the 30th, which, well, it's after Thanksgiving, so it is the Christmas season now. And can you even see? Not fully. I guess I didn't think that through. It'd be nice if you could actually see the full extent of the sonic screwdriver. There. That'll work. So yeah, it is Christmas. This is our mid-season Christmas special, which is definitely interesting. That's a new one. So yeah, this is Series 7, Episode Christmas. So yeah. We also last time did have 2 mini-sodes. We had the Battle of Demons Run 2 days later, which showed the Santarin, who actually didn't die, and how he was going to join up with Madame Vastra and her assistant. And then we had The Great Detective, which showed them, trying to find some stuff, trying to, figure out what to do, and, investigating stuff. And they were trying to report it to the doctor, and he was like, "Who gives a damn? I'm retired." And then he went on his way. Well, that would be if the doctor was Palpatine. Not the greatest impression in my repertoire. So yeah. I can only assume that losing Amy and Rory is affecting him, which makes sense. It makes sense that it would affect him like this. It definitely affected him in the last episode. So, we will move right along and just see how much it will affect him. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this Christmas special in the middle of the season. Here we go.
I don't want to talk to them. They're silly.
Oh, they already left.
Silly.
No.
How?
50 years later, huh?
I beg pardon, Dr. Simeon. It's been a long day. I don't see any food here.
I do.
Oh, no. Oh, no, they are the food. They are the food for the snowmen.
Feed you.
Well, she looks familiar. Wait a minute. Ah!
Did you make this snowman?
Oh, Amy's reading glasses.
Maybe it's snow that fell before. Maybe it remembers how to make snowmen.
What? Snow that can remember? That's silly.
What's wrong with silly?
Nothing. Still talking to you, ain't I?
Guess you never saw Oswin.
What's your name?
Clara.
Pretty sure that's the same actress. Some Martha's cousin was at Torchwood shit. Oh, she's gonna follow him. Just off of that conversation?
It always begins with the same 2 words.
She'll never be able to find me again. She doesn't even have the name Doctor. What 2 words?
Doctor? Dr. Hay.
Oh my gosh. Whoa! Well, intro's different. Oh, they put his face back in there. And the logo's different. Wow, that was a trip. You can change the intro in seasons.
It could be a terrible weapon in the wrong hands, don't you think?
I think winter is coming.
Oh shit.
Such a winter as this world has never known.
Winter is coming.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter because you're about to forget that you and I ever met.
Really?
We'll need the worm.
The worm?
You'll need the what?
Where is it? Where's what, sir? I sent you to get the memory worm.
Oh.
Did you? When?
Oh,
Who's
he
he?
touched it.
What are we doing here? Interesting. Well, were you thinking about it?
Yes.
Well, stop.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about the snowmen.
Get
down.
There's so many of them!
Laura, listen to me. Imagine them melted. Picture it. Picture them melted.
Oh.
Well,
That worked.
very, very good.
That's where he put the TARDIS? Okay, so the TARDIS isn't necessarily invisible, it's just way up there. Huh. You know what? My fear of heights would kick in at some point. He just has a staircase, apparently. Huh.
Hello?
Heh. Yeah, that's gotta be weird.
Got my own work to get back to.
What work? Why won't you ever tell us?
You'd never believe me.
Interesting. What does she do? Oh, you know what? I do like her.
Perhaps if you asked her in the right way, there's no one she'd rather tell.
Children are not really my area of expertise.
They are, however, your children.
You
Yeah.
have, if I may say, a remarkable amount of wisdom in these matters for one so very pretty, Miss Montague.
Alright.
Young.
Chill, man.
I'll see to the children now.
Alright, so she's like a nanny? That's cool, I guess.
You will confine yourself to single-word responses.
Okay.
One word only. Do you understand?
Yes.
Why?
Give me a message for the doctor. Tell him all about the snow and what fresh danger you believe it presents. And above all, explain why he should help you. Pond.
Huh. Oh, no.
Has already suggested where to start investigating.
Oh, isn't that ironic? There is a pond involved. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't think of that.
Danger.
Wakey, wakey!
Oh!
That is highly valuable.
Just thwack it a bunch.
You must step away now.
We are the intelligence.
Talking snow. I love new things.
You are not of this world.
Takes one to snow one.
Guess who's back?
Governess frozen in pond. Gotcha.
Yeah. Preserve the body.
In here.
Do you think I'm going to start investigating just because some bird smiles at me? Who do you think I am?
The doctor?
Sherlock Holmes.
Don't be clever, Strax. It doesn't suit you.
Ha!
Sorry,
Yeah.
sir.
I'm the clever one, you're the potato one.
I'm the clever boy. I'm the one who thinks. Oh, you awkward man. Yes! Come on, go pick up a new chick. It's been so long. Hell, the last time you picked up a chick, she was 12.
And as a matter of fact, he's right here. Aren't you, Doctor?
Nope.
Where's the doctor? I don't know!
Doctor? Doctor?
Ah.
Doctor Who?
Ah! Oh, him and his stupid entrances. Whoa!
That's the way to do it. Didn't I put it on?
He put on his tie. I didn't even notice he hadn't had his tie on.
I am your governess's gentleman friend, and we've just been upstairs kissing.
Captain Latimer!
That's a great excuse, Doc.
Good evening. I'm a lizard woman from the dawn of time. And this is my wife.
No, they're okay.
Oi, I told you to stay in there.
Oh, I didn't listen.
You do that a lot.
That's why you like me.
Who said I like you?
Whoa. Take it easy, girl. He's a married man.
Mirroring, we need to get on the roof. Whoa, no, I do the hand grabbing. That's my job. That's always me.
Yeah.
Come on, quickly. What are you doing?
But there's snow out here.
Your bustle. You're going to have to take those clothes off. I didn't mean.
I know.
I just.
I understand.
Good.
Now, what's the plan?
Who said I've got a plan?
Of course you've got a plan. You took that.
Maybe I'm an idiot.
Not. If we'd been escaping, we'd be climbing down the building. If we'd been hiding, we'd be on the other side of the roof. But no, we're standing right here.
So?
The TARDIS.
After you.
After you.
After you. Sweet little Clara works at the Rose and Crown. Ideas about their station. Well, for your information, I'm not sweet on the inside, and I'm certainly not.
Whoa! Look at this new TARDIS.
Smaller on the outside.
Okay,
That's different.
that is a first.
Is
Yeah.
it magic? Is there a kitchen?
Another first.
I don't know
Tuh.
why I asked that. It's just I like making souffles.
Do you now?
You could have reached the ladder without this. You took it. For me. Why?
That's true. He subconsciously took a companion.
This is the day. This is the day. Everything begins.
Yeah. Oh man. Shit. Throw her over the edge. Oh, come on.
What was that?
It's Clara.
What? Come on. Straighten up that bow tie.
He spoke to me.
That's silly.
Snow doesn't talk, does it? It's just a mirror.
I don't want to talk to them. They're silly.
They're silly.
It just
Oh.
reflects back everything we think and
So it's just
feel
him.
and fear.
I have always been sure.
Good.
Forget everything.
Once I was the puppet. Now I pull the strings.
Ah!
By raising Simeon, you made space for me.
Oh, great.
Do you feel it? Winter
Ah.
is coming.
Oh no! Winter is coming!
Winter.
It's starting to rain. All of it, the snow, look.
Why is it rain?
It's not raining. It's crying.
It's tears.
The only force on earth that could drown the snow. A whole family crying on Christmas Eve.
Aww. Okay, I think I get it. Shit, is she dead?
I'm sorry. There was nothing to be done. She has moments only.
Oh. Ah.
Or that the London Underground is a key strategic weakness.
London Underground.
Great intelligence rings a bell.
The Web of Fear? Yeah.
Doctor.
The London Underground.
I never knew her name, her full name.
Oswin
Oswin.
Oswald, Junior Entertainment Manager, Starship Alaska.
Aww.
Souffle girl. Oswin. It was her.
Run, you clever boy. Run, you clever boy. And remember.
It was Souffle girl again.
Huh. Yeah.
To find Clara.
Find her.
But Clara's dead.
Shortcut! Through there? I hate this place. Don't you think it's creepy?
Nah. I don't believe in ghosts.
What, does she just keep coming back?
Oswin. Oswald. Watch me run.
Huh. Okay. So... Is that what we're gonna do every episode? Is just go find her? Man, I don't know. Oh, boy. Oh my gosh. So yeah, okay. The Great Intelligence. The Great Intelligence, and he actually mentioned, the London Underground and its weak points in 1967. Oh my gosh. I want to go look at that scene again then. Because that ties right into the Web of Fear. Okay, let's look back quickly. The London Underground. Let me see the cast real quick. Oh, hello. Okay, so when I was looking through, I was mistaken. I thought that Richard E. Grant played the Intelligence, but he played Dr. Simeon. Okay, but the voice of the Great Intelligence was Ian McKellen. Okay, I would not have guessed that.
Have you brought it?
Big fella has been very quiet while you've been out, which is only to be expected, considering who he really is. You know what this is, big fella?
I do not understand these markings.
A map of the London Underground, 1967. Key strategic weakness in metropolitan living, if you ask me. But then, I have never liked a tunnel.
Enough of this. We are powerful, but on this planet we are limited. We need to learn to take human form. The governess is our most perfect replication
of humanity. What's happening to its voice?
Just stripping away the disguise.
Okay, why? Okay, so yeah, Ian McKellen as the Great Intelligence. That was interesting. Which, yeah, I can definitely hear that now. But okay, why does he mention the underground tunnels in 1967? I don't know, but man, so that does tie in straight to the Web of Fear. 1967 underground tunnels. He's already been through that. And now he just showed that to the Great Intelligence. So the Intelligence is going to stick around, keep doing this until eventually they get to the Web of Fear. That's why they want the Doctor in that one. They've already encountered the Doctor. Oh, because we were even saying in our reaction to the Web of Fear, we were saying that it was interesting that the Great Intelligence, it wanted this, it wanted the Doctor's mind, basically. And it's like, well, this is just the Doctor on his second regeneration, Normally, you hear that sort of later, once he's had even more years and more regenerations. So, yeah, this is why he goes for the Doctor then. So the Great Intelligence first meets the 11th Doctor, then goes back and meets the second Doctor. That's interesting. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy. What an interesting Christmas special, I have to say. So, and I was kind of thinking, like, okay, are we going to take Clara? I guess they say Clara. I don't know. It's kind of weird for me to say Clara. I would just normally say Clara. Well, excuse my Americanness in saying Clara. So yeah. So, man, oh man, that is interesting. So we're gonna go find her again. This is a weird way of bringing in this actress, because, like, okay, I recognized her immediately. I was like, that looks like freaking Souffle Girl. Yeah, Oswin from Asylum of the Daleks. So we are sort of tying that in, because, they mentioned, like, we've had this before where the actress that played Martha, she was in, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. She was at Canary Wharf, and then, when they brought her back in Series 3 as Martha, they came up with the excuse of, like, oh, well, she had a cousin that worked at Canary Wharf, So, like, they basically just did that here, but this was, like, almost more in your face about it, like, but maybe that'll be kind of the story arc, is, you know, what is this girl's deal, you know? It's like, we found her in the Daleks, we found her in the 1800s, now we're gonna go find her in the present day. Because that was the other thing I was thinking, like, oh man, are we gonna take on a companion from the 1800s? We haven't had that yet in New Doctor Who. I know that does happen in classic Doctor Who. In fact, I'm pretty sure neither Jamie McCrimmon or Victoria, I don't think either Jamie or Victoria were from the present day, were from the 1960s, you know? So the fact that it's like, you know, I thought that would be kind of interesting, like, hey, let's take on an 1800s companion. But no, we are going to go get a present-day chick. It's just going to be her. For some reason, this girl just keeps popping up throughout history. So, yeah, I'll take it. So, man, this was a very interesting Christmas special, I have to say. And I like that, you know, because the thing is, this is, more often than not, the Christmas specials are very much, like, sort of one-offs, you know? But this definitely felt like a season premiere, basically. You know, this felt like a season premiere with sort of, you know, we're kind of going off of the last arc, which I guess technically the Christmas specials have done. You know, the Christmas Invasion was just coming off of 9's regeneration into 10. The Runaway Bride was having to deal with losing Rose, and Voyage of the Dam was really just a one-off, I guess. And then, what else did we have? The Next Doctor was sort of a, you know, well, that was the first one after we lost Donna, so that was still sort of resonating in the Doctor's character arc. And then End of Time was sort of the same thing, I guess. And then Christmas Carol was just a one-and-done sort of thing, because we kept the companions. Like, we didn't finish anything in the last season that, you know, carried weight over. It's like we just kind of went in. And then the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, I guess that was sort of, I don't know. At the end it had a bit of, you know, the Doctor, you know, leaving Amy and Rory. So now we have this one. Which is very much, you know, just coming off of, you know, the last episode where we lost Amy and Rory, and, you know, and God knows how long it's been for the Doctor. Long enough that he's completely changed his outfit. You know, the only thing that's sort of the same about it is his bow tie, and, you know, he doesn't put that on until the end, you know? And, you know, he's wearing a vest, he's not wearing suspenders in this. And sure enough, the TARDIS looks completely different, you know, which that was interesting. Like, you know, the TARDIS, it's a completely different interior, you know, it doesn't look as roomy. I know I said that about the last one too, so maybe I just haven't had a good look at it, but this one didn't seem as roomy as the last one, which is funny. But yeah, that's definitely interesting that, you know, like, how long has it been? You know, he's basically come here in isolation, you know, despite the fact that he is constantly kind of pestered by the three of them to, you know, do stuff. But they even say at one point, it's like, you know, we help him in his isolation, basically. Even though they don't approve of it. So yeah, it's like, how long has it been since the Angels Take Manhattan, you know? And, you know, this whole time, well, I guess there's another interesting thing to kind of think about. The Doctor was not traveling alone in this, you know? Like, after Donna, he was going out on his own. He was just trying to, you know, just be on his own. If he picks up someone, it's only a one-off thing. He won't, you know, he won't just keep picking people up. Well, he doesn't take someone for a while, which is interesting. And you know, we kind of had that in A Town Called Mercy, where it's like, you know, we kind of see the Doctor's mercy start to waver a bit when he doesn't have a companion. So yeah, it's like this time around, it's not that, oh, well, he's been traveling by himself for a while. It's like, no, he hasn't been traveling, like, whatsoever. He said as much. He's retired. He's done. He went there just to stop, you know? He just went there to be isolated in his TARDIS, which is definitely interesting. So, yeah, that's definitely interesting. Just the fact that it's not that he's been traveling alone, it's that he hasn't been traveling whatsoever, which is actually interesting. Maybe, you know, makes it almost easier to get back into it when he does meet a new chick. So, because it's always a new chick. You know, one of these days, I want him to just find a dude, you know? Just sort of have a bro go with him for a while. And that's nothing, I'm not trying to make any, you know, huge statement. I just think that would just be kind of funny. You know, it's like, what would the chemistry be between him and just a dude, you know? Like, I kind of want to see that. Just him and a dude. Just one time. We don't need to stay long. Just him and a dude. I just want to see what their chemistry would be like. Because that is sort of the running joke that we have here, is that, man, the Doctor... the Doctor lost his chick. He better go get another, you know? It's like every time he loses a companion, it's like, don't worry, Doctor. We'll get you a new girl. It's like, oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of thinking about that. It's like, what would the chemistry be if the only companion he had was just a dude, you know? I don't know. I almost feel like there would have to be a bit of a different dynamic there. You know? He may not be so keen on kissing them, you know? Which, maybe that's also the good, slightly good thing about, Clara dying in this one, is that, like, we don't have to do any of that. Like, I will admit I didn't really like that, the kiss that she gave him. Because it's like, you know, on the one hand, it's like, you know, he's tried to get over that ever since he lost Rose. Like there was Rose, and then that was it. Like, it didn't, not Martha, not Donna, not Amy, not Rory either. But not Amy, you know, when Amy tried to, you know, just straight up bang him. Like there, like he did his damnedest to get out of that. He was like, nope. We're gonna go find Rory. Let's go. We're got to find Rory and get you straightened out. You know. So that's the thing. It's like, and especially too now, it's like, he's a married man. Come on. I kind of wish he said that. It's like, I'm a married man, you know? I'm a married man and freeing the governor, whoever the fuck that was. What the fuck was his name? Captain Latimer. Yeah, you got Captain Latimer. Yeah, alright. What else has she been in? Huh. I'm on Jenna Coleman, her credits here on I'm trying to see what she's done on Amazon Prime. She was in the first Captain America movie? Who? What the hell? Hold on. Come on. Doesn't say. No. I don't remember her in the first Captain America movie. I feel like I would. She is a beautiful girl, I have to say. I know that. Oh man, you know what? Now that I think about it, it's like, man, it's like the Doctor gets a new chick and I get a new chick too. Now I have a new Doctor Who crush. Oh my gosh. Is this what these reaction videos have devolved into? Is every time he gets a new girl, it's like, oh, my sweet, beautiful girl, you know? I'm sure you give me 5 episodes, I'll start saying that about her. Come on, there's gotta be. If I click on... Is this just going to take... Well, wait. She has pictures. This feels weird. I'm just looking at her pictures. I'm like purposely skipping over... I'm purposely not, like, specifically looking at anything. I'm just kind of scanning my eyes through. Just quickly. I don't know how well it's working out. I'm looking for... Dang it! I was I wasn't, like, actually, like, really looking at those pictures. I was just trying to scan through, see if I found anything from the first Captain America. Who was she in Captain America? You guys are gonna have to tell me in the comments. Oh man. But yeah. But she's definitely interesting. And I like that it's like, now it's not even that he got a new chick. It's that there's something up with this girl, you know? He keeps meeting her throughout time. Hell, maybe she's River Song. No. I'm just joking. Okay. So let's actually talk about the notes. Snowmen. I wrote that down first. Interesting idea, these snowmen that come to life, you know? That was interesting, and just from the beginning, just these snowflakes that snarl at you. It's like, jeez, I hate that. Yeah, I'm gonna think twice about the next time it snows here. It doesn't snow here that often, though. That's what you get for living in the Midwest. So yeah, but I'm definitely gonna take a second look at snow the next time I see it. So yeah, that was an interesting concept. You know, just them just popping up was just kind of, you know, spooky. You know, but I liked it. And yeah, so the next thing I wrote down was Clara. And I think that's just how I'm gonna say it. I know they say Clara, because they're all British and shit. But I'm American. I'm gonna say Clara. That's how they would say it in Back to the Future. So, Clara. You know, that's how. Christopher Lloyd. There we go. I was trying to remember his name. I was like, Lloyd... Nothing. And I didn't have it. But yeah, Christopher Lloyd. That's how they would say it in Back to the Future Part 3. So yeah. Okay, so we had... this was 1892, I think? I think that's what they said. It was like 1892-ish. Clara was a governess, or I guess just a nanny, you know? Someone to raise the kids. She was like Mary Poppins. That's the most I know. Even then, I haven't seen Mary Poppins, so... yeah, she's the governess, and she was taking care of these kids. So that was kind of cool. These poor fucking kids, though. They lost... They don't have a mother. They don't have their... Well, they were happy to not have the other governess. But one girl was having nightmares. Oh, so yeah. So that was interesting. And it's also interesting, you know, Clara, like, she had some other job, like, or another house, but then she would go out, change, and then become the governess with a different name, I feel like. I'm pretty sure they said another name, because, you know, when the doctor said, oh, this is... well, I was just up there with Clara or something, and Captain Latimer was like, Clara? So, yeah. Tom Ward. When does that name sound familiar? Evidently it doesn't, because he's in fuck nothing, apparently. In fact, I think this one picture he has on here is from this episode. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah. So she was interesting. I liked... You know, she definitely had that curiosity about her, which, you know, elevates people above the rest to be the Doctor's companions, which was interesting. We had the worm. That was clever. The worm, because that was the thing. It's like, oh well, you're gonna forget about everything that you saw here, and it's like, whoa, is this? We're getting some Torchwood shit, some retcon. It's like he's gonna fucking drug her, and it's like, oh, just a touch of this worm, and you'll lose the past hour. However, if it bites you, you start to lose decades. Quite a bit of a leap from 1 hour to decades, but whatever. And I love the comedy of Strax, he just keeps fucking touching it like a dumbass. And he doesn't, he keeps doing that. So, that was funny. I did like that. And, I like the inclusion of, Jenny, Vastra, and Strax. I thought they were, a lot of fun. And I'm glad, I saw those 2 minisodes so that I could, I understood why they were here. So, because otherwise I probably would have been saying like, oh, well, didn't he die in the fucking Battle of Demons run? But he didn't. He recovered, luckily. So yeah. So I did like the inclusion of the 3 of them. Well, okay, I will say it's like I like Strax. I think he gets some good comedy every once in a while. Madame Vastra is a lot of fun. She kind of works as another companion to the Doctor, and kind of almost like I guess sort of just a kindred spirit. Like she's not fully like a companion, but she is someone that the Doctor can talk to, and someone to sort of kick the Doctor's butt and get him into gear. So I like the dynamic between her and the Doctor. And then I'll be honest, Jenny's just there, honestly. Jenny doesn't stand out like Madame Vastra or Strax. My voice is already getting tired. This is only the second thing I filmed today. That's not good. Oh well. Luckily, after this, I'm going to be recording my review of the Holy Terror. So it's not going to be a reaction. It's just a review. So that'll be a change of pace. Okay. So yeah. I like the 3 of them. I wish Jenny had more to do. She's just kind of there, honestly. I like the sort of arc of now they're married. It's like, well, good for them, So that was interesting. But yeah, for the most part, of the 3 of them, I don't really care about Jenny, but she doesn't get much to do. Vastra I like. Strax, he's good for a few laughs. I wrote down the hidden TARDIS. That was clever. That it's not just that the Doctor, just plants the TARDIS down there and, just goes in there when he wants. It's that he specifically gathered enough water vapor to land the TARDIS in what seems to be a cloud, and then he put a giant spiral staircase down and also a ladder. That was clever. I did like that. I like the idea that it's not just that the Doctor just put the TARDIS somewhere, but also that he put it way above the clouds and everything. That's just where he's gonna park it. So that was interesting. The one word idea was kind of interesting with the one word test, which at first I was like, okay, well, what the fuck is the point of this? But that makes sense that, it's not just that, it lends a bit more, I guess, weight, honestly, to what a person is saying. If they can convince the Doctor with only like one word responses. So that was actually a very clever test, to see if it was worth the Doctor's time. And then, that last question, that impossible question is like, how do you sum up to the Doctor everything that's happening and the danger that it poses in one word? And Clara just came up with pond. Because this is all about a pond, The old governess is trapped in the pond, and, and that does... especially because the word pond does give a lot of, it holds a lot of weight with the Doctor. So I did kind of like that it's like, and she didn't know that either. She just chose the word pond, which, you know, in context, it does kind of make sense with the whole thing about the old governess being trapped in there. By saying pond, it relates that, you know, it basically, it mentions the governess and how the ice has affected this pond with the woman inside, and all of that in relation to the children that are in danger. So honestly, pond was an excellent word for that. So yeah, and just the backstory that's like, oh, she fell into the pond dead, and then the pond froze over. They didn't find her until like a few days later, and even then, it took a while for that to melt. So it's like, that's some fucked up shit right there. So yeah. I liked the Doctor going in as Sherlock Holmes and fucking up a lot of things about the deduction. You know, screwing up the stuff with Simeon and Dr. Simeon and stuff like that. Excuse me. So yeah, that was funny, honestly, with all the Sherlock Holmes stuff. I wrote down the antifreeze setting on the sonic screwdriver. That was clever. That, you know, he can just sort of, basically he can put in new settings. I like that. Just because we don't see a lot of that. I wrote down fusion. The fusion between the ice with the great intelligence and I just noticed there's a mark on my ring finger here. And I've seen this, there's a smudge here in the ink on my, in my notebook, but that happened just before I started recording, and only now do I realize that's where that ended up. Man, that's interesting. Took me a while to figure that out. That's weird. But okay, so the fusion between the snow and human to create these ultimate ice warriors, basically. That was interesting, an interesting idea. And, you know, seeing this ice governess pop up was interesting. We had the new TARDIS interior, which was, like, they didn't need to do that. They just did. Just sort of a darker TARDIS interior. One that doesn't seem, you know, nearly as cozy as the last one, but who knows. So yeah, we have a new TARDIS interior, which is interesting. And it is a bit darker. It's not nearly as colorful as the last one was, but maybe that does reflect where the Doctor is at this point in his life, you know? And I will say, throughout this episode, it's like, this one is selling even more the age of the Doctor, you know? And, you know, he said, you know, over 1,000 years of saving the universe. So, like, how much of that, like, how old is he now, you know? If the first Doctor was around, I think people have told me the first Doctor was around, like, 400 or so when Doctor Who started. So it's like, you know, like, how old is he? How long has he... He said he's been doing this for over 1,000 years. But, yeah, that's interesting. Like, how old would he be now? But even though this is... I'm pretty sure you guys have told me Matt Smith is the youngest actor to play the Doctor. They definitely are, like, they're really upping how old he is recently. You know, and especially once he puts the reading glasses on, Amy's reading glasses, which are just, it's sad. But yeah, but I like that. And especially now with sort of the new suit with him, like, with the vest and stuff like that, it is definitely, he's feeling older, you know? But maybe that does sort of reflect in this new TARDIS interior, so it'll be interesting to see more of it. Let's see. Fucking that fall, man. So first off, how she survived that fall from going from the clouds to the ground, how she survived that at all, I don't understand. But she did. She did technically survive that for a little while, but she was in a critical condition. Man, that sucks, but that does lead into what we're doing now of we have to go find find her again, basically. And then I wrote down the mirror. So the great intelligence this whole time has just been mirroring. It's just been mirroring. That's how you say words. Mirroring Dr. Simeon this whole time, all 50 years. It's been mirroring him, and then they figured that out. Oh, I'm confused on this last little bit here.
No, stop! Stop that! Cease! I command you! Sounds like a child.
Of course it sounds like a child. It is a child. Simeon is a child. The snow has no voice without him.
Don't listen to him. He's ruining everything.
How long has the intelligence been talking to you?
Yeah.
I was a little boy. He was my snowman. He spoke to me.
That's silly.
Snow doesn't talk, does it? Says the mirror.
I don't want to talk to them. They're silly.
Yeah. So it's just been mirroring him.
Think and feel and fear.
I don't need anyone else.
Don't need anyone else.
Right.
You poured your darkest dreams into a snowman, and look what it became.
I don't understand.
A parasite feeding on the loneliness of a child and the sickness of an old man. Carnivorous snow meets Victorian values.
Okay. So it's just specifically that it is a parasite that wants to... It's basically just feeding off of, I guess, kind of the darkness, the Victorian values, as he said. That's an interesting concept. And then, now, why exactly, once Simeon is out of the picture, it mirrors... Well, I guess it's because all the snowmen were there at the house, and so it mirrors this crying family on Christmas Eve because Clara's dead. So... I guess that's it. Maybe you guys can help me out in the comments with that, though, just so I make sure I understand that. But that was an interesting way of sort of defeating it. And then, even then, it's like, the Great Intelligence then took him over. And, that's how we lead into the Web of Fear, honestly. So, yeah, which is definitely interesting to tie that into the Web of Fear. And then do it more, sort of explicitly at the end, where the Doctor's like, well, wait a minute. Great Intelligence... Parasite, 1960s underground. I've heard all this before. He kind of has to go back 1,000 years of his memory. But yeah, that is interesting. That would be where, that would be the one that they, sort of tie into. Yeah, that is interesting. It's like to tie this all the way back to that classic episode is interesting because I don't know if the Great Intelligence came back in Classic Who ever. So just the fact that they sort of brought that back, but that was a very important episode, because that was the introduction of like the Brigadier. So maybe they were like, hey, that villain from the episode where we introduced the Brigadier, let's bring that back. So that was interesting. And then Find Her Again. So it's not just that they brought the actress back, but it does tie in story, is that for some reason, the Doctor keeps meeting this girl. Met her at the asylum of the Daleks when she was a Dalek and, never saw her, just heard her voice. And it wasn't until then that it clicked with him, It wasn't until the funeral, honestly, that it clicked with him, that she was the same person, basically. And so now we're going to go back to the present day, I guess 2013 technically, and we're gonna go find her. Oh boy. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. A very fascinating episode, really enjoyed it, and definitely a great way to sort of segue into a new era for Matt Smith, however long that lasts, because that is the one thing I'm curious about, is that how long does this last? I know at a point Peter Capaldi's got to take over, but I don't know when on earth that happens. I just kind of figured it'd be sometime soon, Judging by the fact that Tenet had 3 seasons, I kind of just assume Matt Smith will get the same, but I don't know. But this is his 3rd season, We're halfway there, basically. So yeah, I have no idea, but at the very least, we have a new companion First time we've had a new companion since Amy, back in season 5. We have a new TARDIS set. We have a new intro, which is incredible. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to work on, and we have our Doctor with his reinvigorated spirit to go out and be himself, honestly. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Again, love this episode, and I'm very curious to see where we are going from here. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Doctor Who reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.